இல்ல ஜி அந்த அந்த பாக்ஸ்லயே கரெக்டா இருந்துச்சு. இந்த வயர் இருக்கு என்ன வயர் இருக்குறோம். அது வரும் ஜி. இந்த பாக்ஸ் நல்லா இருக்கு. வீடியோ வந்திருக்கும். அந்த ரெண்டு புடிங்க இதல போட்டு கூட இது எல்லாத்தையும் ஒரு ரெண்டு பாயிண்ட் பிரச்சனை இல்ல. எப்போ உள்ளே வந்து மைல்டா ரொம்ப இல்ல மைல்டா இருக்கு.
Hello, check. Hello, check, 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 check.
அங்க போய் நிக்கு. ரெண்டு தான் நான் செக் பண்ணியாச்சு. இல்ல ரெண்டு தான் அம்மா. சரி நான் லாஸ்ட் டைம் செக் பண்ணல அதுதான். ரெண்டு பேரும் உள்ளே தூக்குமா. ஓகேவா? இல்ல அந்த மைக்ல தான் பேசுவாங்க. இல்ல இல்ல இதுல பேசுங்க.
Hi. Hello, hello, check.
Good morning, one and all. Uh, Obviously, a lot of us have made it on time, but normally these EGMs and AGMs demand a quorum. So we have to forcibly wait for maximum another half an hour. On or before that, once we have the quorum, we'll get the meeting started. Just few minutes on. Good morning, one and all. Can you all raise for the Tamil Thai Varthu, please?
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டனிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே
continuation of Tamil Thai Valte, we will have the prayer song which will be rendered by Aishwarya Raja.
Hello. Yeah. சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும், சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும், எங்கும் சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும், உலகிலே சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும், உலகிலே சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும், ஆத்மசக்தி ஒன்றும் வேண்டும், உலகிலே சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும், ஆத்மசக்தி ஓங்க வேண்டும், உலகிலே சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும். காந்தி மகாத்மா கட்டளை அதுவே, காந்தி மகாத்மா கட்டளை அதுவே, கருணை ஒற்றுமை கதிரொளி பரவே சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும். காந்தி மகாத்மா கட்டளை அதுவே, கருணை ஒற்றுமை கதிரொளி பரவே சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும். கொடுமை சேத்தியோர் மனமது திருந்த நற்குணம் அதை புகட்டிடுவோம். கொடுமை செய்தியோர் மனமது திருந்த நற்குணம் அதை புகட்டிடுவோம். மடமை அச்சம் மறுப்போம், மக்களின் மாசிலா நல்லொழுக்கம் வளர்ப்போம். மடமை அச்சம் மறுப்போம், மக்களின் மாசிலா நல்லொழுக்கம் வளர்ப்போம். திடம் தரும் அஹிம்சா யோகினம் தந்தை, திடம் தரும் அஹிம்சா யோகினம் தந்தை, ஆத்மானம் பெறவே கடமை மறவோம், அவர் கடன் தீர்ப்போம், களங்கம் எல்லாரும் வளர்ப்போம், எங்கும் சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும், ஆத்மசக்தி ஓங்க வேண்டும், உலகிலே சாந்தி நிலவ வேண்டும்.
Thank you, Aishwarya, for setting the context for our meeting today. Good morning again. In fact, in our 11-member committee, we are missing Raja alone today because his flight got postponed where he used to travel last evening, so he just expected this week, so he's not there in today's meeting, but still his daughter sang a song and indirectly he was there in the meeting today. So we are here before even we set the context for the meeting. There are few people whom we have to really recognize for a lot of good work that's happened with whatever few months that we have started here. In fact, the first thanks goes to all the earlier committee members who have taken this job knowingly, understandingly, that yes, it is a dirty job, you will have mud on you all the time for whatever good or bad that's done. Still, every 2 years, a set of people take that volunteer effort from their side to come up and say what best I can do for the society at large. So big round of applause to all the committee members who have been in the past, present and in the future. Next, I would sincerely thank all the subcommittee members who had come up this time voluntarily. Mr. Sridharan of Block T, to Mr. Srikanth of Block 2, to Parvati of Block 4, Sabrina of Block 5. Block 1 and 6 we had committee members who had volunteered. Block 7 we had Vidya. A good round of applause for all the subcommittee members also. Because all of us, we know, we are all a resident of the same community. Just that few people have come together to see what best and what more can be done, forms a management committee once in every 2 years. Almost 40 to 50% of people who are here in this forum have already been part of the committee in the past. So there is nothing new that all of us need to understand about a management committee and all that. Yes, this time usually the committee is where few people form together. They have a set of people who will know each other before, they volunteer themselves and they form a committee and they take it for 2 years and they deliver. This was the first time where even when the 11 of us met for the first time, it wasn't like we knew each other before. The 11 of us met for the first time in the month of August. We decided to see if we can come together, do something good, and it was all voluntary. Nobody stopped anyone to become a committee member. So that's how this committee formed. Yes, as one of the emails also told, that differences to different people are always there. So there is nothing on the credibility of the individual that need to be questioned. We have to come together, it had to go through certain phases. We are open enough to do that. Earlier committees, it used to be where the linen would be washed within the committee. This time we openly washed it in the public, as simple as that. So nothing more to talk about the solidarity of the committee. All of us are here, that shows the solidarity of being in the committee, as simple as that. Thank you, sir, for your applause. Yes, we need that. Because 11 of us decide enough is enough, in the next month somebody can come and take over and do that, as simple as that. If we want to do something, we need the cooperation of everybody. And as much as we are not politicians here that we get some kind of an exemption or privilege for being in the committee, because we commit, we are the one who has to pay first for whatever that has to be done. So all of us know that. So expecting a lot of cooperation and patience for us to deliver what we want to deliver. And obviously the forum is open enough for discussion. No questions will go unanswered. Every question will be answered to the capacity of whatever we have built. Because the whole idea of doing an AGM, we did an EGM for the first time in 2015-17 when Madan had led that committee. We are doing it for the second time now, considering certain priorities that need to be addressed. Because we are in the crossroads, 20 years of the structure, already a lot of erosion taking place because we are in the seaside. Now it needs to go through a change. If it is not now, at some time we have to do that. That's what every committee has been trying to see what best they can do. They saw what waste can be plugged temporarily, but now we have come to a stage where temporary measures cannot give us a permanent solution. Every time there is a leak, we cannot keep mopping the floor, we have to fix the leak. So that is where we are here today, be it lift or whatever that we want to present today. So the only sincere request here is, we have all put together certain things with the help of every subcommittee member who went floor after floor, house after house, identified what is the kind of seepage, what is the kind of leak that is happening, where there is a major crack, the duct has to be, in place. How lifts are today, service lifts we are talking about, not a single service provider, be it the milkman or the flower, the one who is delivering flowers or Swiggy, none of them want to even get into a service lift. Everybody are there in the passenger lift, which means in a month or two, service lift, passenger lift, there is not going to be any difference. That's where we are reached as far as the lifts are concerned. So everything was taken into account to even call for an EGM. Nothing like, we are might, nothing like showcasing, nothing at all. What has been passed on from the previous committee has been taken over by this committee to see what best we can do. And obviously, maybe Madan, I may call you at some time for a minute to give a note on that as well. So to take this forward, one request before it's been presented, we'll have one Mr. Ravichandran, who will be presenting the technical part of the initiatives that is proposed. Then we will have Krishna Kumar, who will show the financial aspect of what is proposed. And then as we go into an voting, there will be a sheet that will get distributed for you to get the idea of how we have arrived at, and seeing all that is where we will go to the vote and we will conclude the meeting. In between, once the presentation is over, any questions from your side is ready enough to be answered to the best of our knowledge in the whole thing. So are we all in this together? Yes. Can I have a yes? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Murli. I'm staying in 3 all you know. ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்ல போகிறேன். I am going to quit this committee. I am resigning this committee. Why? Because it is not comfort with me at all from the starting itself. Sorry, that's it. Only because of Balaji I am sitting here, or otherwise I have to sit there only. Only Balaji is compelled me to sit here. Most of the people are same-minded only. Only they are pressured because of Balaji. All are sitting here. Nothing else. Yesterday it has happened. That's what. Sorry. Okay.
I think he needs to be given a very respectful. Yeah. So we are going ahead with the whole thing. So whatever that gets proposed in the meeting today, we will take it forward as it was informed before. We will take you through every information. Finally, you put it to work, whatever you would want to. Points taken. With whatever that's there for us to present, let us see how to take it forward. Committee is very much valid. 9 is the minimum number in the committee. Don't worry about it.
Very, very good morning to all of you. I just request your patience and kindly suspend judgment for about 10-15 minutes. I'm just going to show you, I'm going to show you something that you probably, many of you already know. But the purpose is to bring us on the same tune. And I'm not saying whatever we are saying is the right thing. And my approach is that at the end of the day, whatever purpose for which we have gathered together will be decided by you all. And we have a strategy in place. We have a whole lot of suggestions. So the whole mood and atmosphere of this presentation is going to be on a consultative basis. So which you will see as the whole thing flows. So kindly suspend judgment for about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to take not more than 10 minutes. All I'm now going to do is that for every single statement I've made, I have got quotations, I have supporting statements, and I have used the word very carefully before choosing to put them there. State of the society and areas for immediate change. Seepage is right on top of the agenda. There are 5 different types of pipelines which flow in our society. I mean, most of you know this. I'm just trying to bring you to bear on what we are talking about when we are talking about maintenance and its challenges, taking the society to the next level. As Balaji correctly said, the service that we do as a committee should take it to the next level from wherever the previous committee has left it. So, rusted pipes, water lines, old leaking pipes on sewerage, old leaking pipes, wastewater lines, erratic electrical wiring and cabling. Seepage requires, incidentally, seepage is not as simple a subject that it seems to be. If someone is saying that, I'll change these pipes and then solve your seepage, it's not going to happen. And it has to be dealt with at various levels. We have some current quotations, live quotations, and live pictures of what's going on in the society. We have an expert who has given us the report, and we also have very detailed reports from Block 3 and Block 6. I got all of that we circulated to you for your scrutiny. And then, then power supply to Block 1 and 4 needs to be stabilized. This is an area for discussion. Service lifts, external surface areas which are both visible and invisible. By visible, I mean that as you take a walk around the society, these are the visible surface areas. But in between 2 blocks is an invisible surface area where a whole lot of moss and everything else is written. Now, I just divide the purpose of today's discussion into two parts. The work that requires, just one second. There is work that requires one-time funds. The service lift needs replacement, refurbishment depending on technical report. Incidentally, we have started the work of trying to, make the report current in terms of looking at all the 9 service lift and see at what level of attention the service lifts need. Evidence points out to the fact that replacement is a suggested solution, but we are not at all judgmental on that. We are going to have a very objective evaluation of all the service lifts, and the call will be taken lift by lift as to what we should do. So service lifts require replacement stroke refurbishment depending on technical report. There are, as I said, there are 5 different types of lines across the society. One is the water line starting from all the terraces down, supply, and then throughout the society. Supported by all the tanks. There are n number of tanks in each block. There are n number of sumps and so many other assets are there. The sewage lines, the wastewater lines, the fire hydrants and fire hydrant based lines, and then the work needing one-time funds, complete solution for seepage across all blocks. Item number 4 is something which can be discussed. See, RMU is a very interesting subject. Wherever you go, starting from Chettinad Vidyashram school to the airport, wherever you go, you find RMUs. Nobody really uses conventional transformers for very valid reasons. If time permitting, I'll indulge in that, otherwise I'll skip that. Items 2 and 3, we have calculated and we have got quotations to support it, not 1 but 2 or 3 quotations to support this, both the 2020 quotations and current quotations. So we have got a comparative way in which we can look at the spends that are required. And items 2 and 3 require a spend of rupees 260 lakhs based on current quotations. Item 1 will depend on the technical report. Item 4 requires reassessment. This is namely the RMUs. It's a debatable subject. All other capex, apart from whatever I have specified here, I got the backup data, about 5 crores of capex. Apart from all this, if you go around and then list the assets, there are 5 crores of capex which are there in the society, and as any organization, capex is a depreciating type of situation, and every 5 to 6 years, capex comes for some kind of a replacement. So we got to keep this somewhere in the back of our mind. So this is a broad summary of what's going on. Now, a party has given us a valid estimate. In this estimate, he has covered water lines partly, seepage partly, and labor is an extra, as he has himself said in this report. So what we did is we compared his quotation with the current quotations given by, which is that, I'm just forgetting the name of that party. I have it with me, I'll just show you the name of the party. The quotation that you all had given is superior to this quotation. That also tells us that material cost has gone up. So we just have to take many things into view. All right, so now, okay, let me just go back and now I request you to kindly circulate that report to the people. Kindly do look at this, because none of whatever I'm going to discuss here is meaningful if we all don't understand what is going on in our society, what is going on in our Vatavaran. So therefore, there are about 97 pictures in this. When we and Narendra went across the society, we counted 350 different types of situations which require our attention. But this is 97. So this work itself is not fully representative of what's going on. I'm going to rush through it because, because of paucity of time. And everywhere he has given a comment on what needs to be done. And this covers all the blocks. So we have 3 copies. It can be given around. Apart from that, you can also distribute block 6 and block 3 reports. See, the other thing that these pictures tell us is that whatever we have done we have done it not exactly with the technology that is required to do it. So we have to pay attention to that also. I'll show you some specific pictures which illustrate that point. See, this is very important. This job has been done without grouting. So if you look at every single picture, you will find that some kind of a screwdriver technology has been used to do maintenance. That's not good. So we are actually taking a lot of time discussing all the points before even attempting to repair an item or something like that. For example, the cable tray, the cattle tray that we did, I was involved in it. Me and Narendra was involved in it. Even that was done in a hurry. I'll just show you that picture. This one. So why was it done? Because in one of the blocks, the water had come to the parking and all cars were getting affected. So we had to take quick action to get it done. But then what does it tell us? That the money which has to be spent very, very carefully. We have to have outside expertise, and we got to trust skills which are not with us, and that's how we can make progress. We cannot just do things with only our level of technology. So this is something which, I'll support my point with some evidence. So I am now going to quickly come out of this and go back to my main Now, I have spent some time to illustrate the status of some major work items. Now let me move on to our immediate requirement. See, these figures have been taken out from our audited reports. Income virtually remains constant. 242 lakhs is nothing but the MMC collected plus the interest on FD. So that virtually does not change. And the expenses of last year are 222 lakhs. This year we have already spent 222 up to February. So what I have done is I have extrapolated it and then made it good up to March. So therefore 242 to 41 lakhs is the spend of this particular year. We are talking about 19 lakhs increase at what? The increase in expenses that have taken place or at the current level of vendor payments. It is no increases have been given, and yet increases have taken place for valid reasons. And apart from 21-22, we have got data to prove that both in terms of, see, there are different classes of material which are used. The material price has risen, depending on the type of steel or whatever it is, from around 20% to around 26%, depending on the type of material that you use. Apart from that, labor costs have not been increased at all. There's nothing new for any of the people sitting here. We have not given increases in quite a while now. So therefore, I think there is a compulsion to honor minimum wage requirements, minimum issues of the working people, apart from doing maintenance in a systematic way. Now, let us look at it from bottoms up. So this is hardcore data. And incidentally, these figures are not something which has happened yesterday. These increases have taken place long ago. So for instance, if you look at RMT, we have 6,43,300 square foot. So there is some kind of a correlation. It's a very rough proxy for the amount of money that we need to maintain a society. So the square footage, the area of a society has got a correlation with the amount of money that is required to maintain it. So compared to that, Lords, which is just hardly 1/4 of the space, they charge 4.5 per square foot. Jains charge 3.7 per square foot. So, and you got all the data out there. So the moot point is that there is a total anomaly in which, in the way in which we are collecting our maintenance expenses. So it has to be for the right reasons that people around are charging this figure. Now, I am going to stop here and with only a few comments, 2 comments. One is that we are here with proposals. We are not here to put any decisions to this audience. These proposals are going to be placed in front of you. We have alternate proposals, and then accordingly we will take it to the next level. The other thing I want to tell you is that there have been several letters from residents. I've captured all of those points, including, sir, your points. For each point, I have identified what exactly is our point of view. Time permitting, I'll be able to put that also in front of you, so that you get the confidence that every single voice is being heard by us. And वो थोड़ा बोस साहब कमी रह गया था, तो किसी कारण से, क्योंकि इतना काम करना पड़ा. And if I'm going to dump you with a lot of data, without telling you what's in my mind, the data is not going to be of any meaning to you. So, thank you for bearing with us. And at the end of today, no data from us will be lacking in terms of what we have found out and what you already also know. Right.
Good morning all. Being a past committee member and been there in the committee for 2 terms, I just want to have few words before they explain the process. Most of these people have been part of the committee and they know the importance of what we are discussing today. And some of them may find it new, whatever they have seen in the photos. But most of us here will know and talk about this relentlessly about how to improve and all that. But when we are executing, there are the ways in which it differs with people, because no 2 minds are same. So I just want to tell, because we have been hearing from that side, I just want to represent the past committee or from the resident side. There are a couple of things I want to read out from what we have given the last annual report, that is 2021. Lifts. 9 passenger lifts are working properly, which were refurbished in the year 2015 and are maintained by Flowers Lifts under approved license. Also, 9 service lifts are working at present, but all are very old. Renovation of these lifts is expensive and the spare parts are not easily available. Hence, the repair or maintenance will take a long time. Experts suggested that replacement is a better option than renovation of these lifts. We had asked for a quotation for the same, and the replacement will cost rupees 20 lakh per lift approximately. That point in time. And coming to the maintenance, repair maintenance of the building and replacement of leaking pipes are taken up on priority. We are proposing to take up the replacement of broken tiles on the, okay, fine. And works are already being issued, and we can look into the preventive maintenance of these pipes rather than breakdown maintenance. So we have discussed in the previous AGMs and in the previous committees. We all know we are, that's why we are here. So we know that these things has to be done. But we are all really bothered or would like to see the process, how it is going to get done. So that's why we are there. So many mails and very logical questions and all that. And we are very keen to look into that process rather than questioning why it is needed. So I just want to give you a thumbs up on that front, Balaji and the team. We are here to have a very productive and constructive way of taking our RMT to a next level. We don't have any doubt about that. I think I can take the privilege to represent at least the past committee. But we are very keen to know the process, what is the work has been gone into it, how we are going to do it. Because not all the works can be done in a single shot. And the MMC increase of that quantum cannot be. Because if you given money, tomorrow things will not happen. We know the difficulties of how the things can be done in this complex. We have about 27 ducts, 5-6 ducts, even a man cannot enter. So with these difficulties, we are very keen to see how we are proposing the entire 1 lakh budget and all those stuff. So primarily I want to give you a thumbs up for taking this up and explaining us how we are going to do this. At the same time, we are very critical about how we are going to do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madan. On behalf of the current MC, we commit to you, we will continue to collaborate with the previous committees and particularly your committee and take it forward. And we need your help and particularly your teams, Avinash's and others' help on completing the RMU project. We are always there. We have to get our work. And please, on this place, in this public forum, I would like to place on my previous outburst, emotional outburst in this very room, about a year and a half ago. I said in this public forum, I would like to place in front of Madan that I had an emotional outburst, which is a very rare situation in my personal life. That happened a couple of years ago. I regret and I apologize for that. And no offense intended.
Thank you, Shankar. So we just have a small technical hitch and we'll get the presentation of Krishna Kumar started. So once that is through, we have a sheet to get distributed to all of you in terms of the proposal, in terms of the MMC increase and in terms of the capex. As you go through the sheet, then we'll have the question and answers and then we will conclude the whole thing. So we'll have KK to take it forward.
Good morning. Can I have the attention, please? Sorry. Yeah. So some of you know me, some of you don't know me. I am Krishna Kumar. I am the treasurer. I moved into the society in 2018. Okay, so fairly new. The other one, PPT. So basically, I wanted to present some of the facts are already presented by Ravi. What we have wanted to say. One is why capex at this need, because the AGM is for capital expenditure, and when we talk of capital expenditure, there are many items which are coming in, but can we do everything in one go? Absolutely, it's not possible. And what are the priorities? Therefore, what we are planning to give is why capex, how it affects, because when I moved, if I have to take the combined value of all properties, it was 800 crores. Now 600 crores. If I take the overall reduction in market value, okay? So every 1 lakh investment can fetch you 20 lakhs in terms of, even if you get 1,000 rupees as the market value increase. So 2,000 rupees if you increase, you get 40 lakhs. So that's how you should see that 1 lakh investment, ensuring that we, yeah. Thanks, Ravi. So I'm a chartered accountant, and today morning Shankar was telling chartered accountants are known for making attempts. Okay, so the first attempt it was not working, second attempt it is working. So even the entire thing we are going to attempt only. So we are not fixated with anything. It's a decision, we are dependent on all of you. Okay, what are we going to do? One is the purpose of the meeting, capital expenditure. Why capital expenditure? What are the priorities? How are we going to fund it? And what is the execution? How are we going to sustain it? And what transparency we are going to bring in? Because what we don't want is a trust deficit and people make an assumption and a corridor talk starts that yes, people are making money, etc. Absolutely, I don't want. I have enough money, okay? Okay. See, capex requirement. We are a 20-year-old building. So I mentioned originally 800 crores, but people say that the value has come to 10,000, 11,000, and this is for a person who bought recently. It pinches more because there is a depletion. For those who bought it originally, there is an increase, but still it's 2.5 times, 3 times, but it should have been 4 times. That's how you should see it. Being a finance person, I will look at everything as a part of market valuation. How much is your investment which can fit you? And we have capital equipments, DG sets, RO plant, lifts, lot many capital equipment which we own, and it's all fully depreciated, 20 years. Do we use any of the item for 20 years at our home? We don't, correct? So the depreciated assets require replacement or complete modernization. At home, we don't use it. 20 years, have you ever used any products? That's what we should think. And this is closely linked to our brand value. Brand value is important because someone going and putting it in the common floor or magic breaks, and then once the market brand image goes and the choice of destination, the mindset is changing. After that, it's very difficult to get back. Let's be very clear, we should not be losing the brand image. It's important that we needed to do whatever it is needed so that we have the market value ahead of others, ahead of competition, okay? What are the priorities? As Ravi mentioned, seepage, service lift, RMU, but there are many other aspects. That's why I'm going to cover what we should do so that we have the property valuation at the right place, okay? So, and as mentioned, we can't take everything in one go. So we are focusing on service lift modernization and seepage. It comes to 153 lakhs for service lift modernization and seepage. Before going there, I think enough was talked about service lift. Yesterday I sent a detailed mail. Both, it was not today, yesterday I sent it. And yesterday I had we were having debates whether we should answer everyone's mail. After Jayagandhan's mail, we thought we should answer it, but still we thought if...
Make it a slideshow.
Second page. Is it better? Okay. See, service lift, yesterday I given our undertaking as well as what was the government audit findings. We have not yet got full license for all the lifts. We have 18 lifts, we have got for 15. 1 passenger lift and 2 service lifts, they have not given certification. If any mishap happens, MC is accountable and responsible. Okay, it's not only the current MC, even if we don't do the next MC, but next year, they may not give the service lift certification, which means we can't use it. So imagine if we can't use the service lift and passenger lift is used for garbage, what would happen? Okay?
No, even the current service lift, permission has been granted on taking undertaking from RMDOA, then we'll modernize it.
Yeah. So, correct.
They're not mandated.
Correct.
What is modernization? Okay, some expert needs to come and tell us.
Yeah. So we have kind of consulted.
Mandated.
Correct. We have had a PAPL as the consulting agency, and PAPL has certified that it requires modernization, and then the audit has taken place, and we have paid enough consulting fees, 3 lakh to PAPL, the certifying agency, to find out whether it is worth or not. The previous committees have spent. So I'll come back to the question and answer sessions. This is for getting everyone to get to the mindset that service lift modernization is not something we prioritized. By managing a service lift, I'm not expecting anything to dramatically change except the vendors start using it, but it's important that from government point of view, we are not under any default. Seepage, this is everyone has highlighted in various forums that the seepage is #1 priority. As Ravi mentioned, there are 4 lines, 1 sewage line, 1 drinking water line, and 1 pipeline for RO water and the wastewater, okay? And the last committee has taken from a quote from Smart Energy Solutions, it comes to 1 crore for 1 line, and we have 4 lines. So imagine this entire thing is going to be, we have to execute, go step by step, find out, start fixing it, and whatever quotation we give is an estimate. We have to, how we are going to execute and how we are going to maintain transparency. I'll come. Tulsashem, please hold the thought. So this is the operating expenses at a glance. This is not audited figure. This is approximate one. The fixed cost I put the security, the APAS, water for RO plant, AMC, lift AMC, Securo for housekeeping, pest control, monthly salary and housekeeping. So this alone comes to 12.91 lakhs per month. And if you look at MMC collection, it is 17 lakh 71,000 per month. So we have approximately 5 lakhs. And if you remove the electricity and water and the other spends, absolutely we don't have anything on hand. So we collect 20 lakhs, 18 lakh 50,000, spend 20 lakhs. That means we are dependent on interest income from corpus. Okay? So at this point, because all of us know that our last revision of MMC was in 2011-2012. Okay? 10 years we have not increased it, and 10 years the expenses have started going up. Because of COVID, last 2-3 years we have not revised the housekeeping, security, and a few other vendors. They're all asking for an increase. Okay? And it is natural. 3 years, if we are not giving an increase, quality will deteriorate. And if we continue to keep the old one, the number of security staff would go down, the quality will go down. So when you don't pay, you don't get the good quality service. So for you to internalize, I've kept it here so that you can look at it. And when you know that we need to do a preventive maintenance, and what leaves us is only to do breakdown maintenance, which means only when something goes down, we will go and attend. Pipeline, we all know it's leaking, but we will fix it when it gets broken down. Okay? That's a sad state of affairs. We are not, we don't deserve that kind of living. Okay? So the CapEx funding proposal, okay? As mentioned, we need 3 crores immediately. We are not fixing fire hose drill. We don't fix the cable trays. We are not fixing masonry works, etc. So if I take through 2 important ones, service lift modernization and pipes and masonry and broken sunshades, etc. We have given options, okay? Option is 50 rupees per square foot, 25 rupees per square foot, and if we pay 25 rupees per square foot, we collect 1.61 crores, which means it would not be sufficient to meet both the capital expenditure, okay? And again, payment options we have given annual, quarterly, so it's not that we are fixated on anything. We are not fixated on anything. If as a team we feel 50 is too much, we don't have to do, let the market valuation go slowly up, let's go for the next 5 years, we will keep spending, that's fine. Or we say 50 rupees is not a major one, let's go and fix both the things, then we have an option also, okay? And this is for CapEx. For MMC, as we mentioned, we are having hand to mouth, like we spend 20 lakhs, we collect 18 lakhs, and it's important that we need to sustain and we need to enhance the image also. And GST is one option when probably we will talk about it not now but much later, because I know many of you will get into the GST bracket, but the GST is one thing which is far, we pay GST for everything, correct? Yesterday I was talking to someone and he said, you go to a hotel, you pay GST, you buy a shirt, you pay GST, but when it comes to MMC, we don't like to pay GST, is not the right one, okay? So I'm not touching that subject, but we can find out an alternate way because we are not fixated on anything, okay? We are flexible, we wanted to highlight what we need, and we need the fullest cooperation. This 96 lakh is per annum. Per annum.
One more checking. This 40 lakhs in excess you are saying, no? Can you?
No, see, for the corpus, we actually supposed to maintain 2.7 crores is a corpus funding. 2.84, 2.7 which got enhanced to 2.84, But originally, if I take and look at the amount, the previous committees had added and 14 lakh was surplus, and then now it is 3.1 crore is available as
I
FD.
just want to clarify this. This 40 lakhs is not excess. There is a dual maintenance collections. We have to provision 25 lakhs towards the till last March. So this is not the excess money we have.
Okay.
This is a payable. Yes, yes. So we have discussed enough on
Okay.
that. I just want to clarify this is not excess.
As I mentioned, I'm new, so sometimes
No, it should not go
Correct,
to
correct.
people wrong.
Okay. So this page is very important because there are many people who, and in the comments also I read that about the MC, the capability, our combined wisdom, if I can start proving, it will go somewhere else, but I'm not here to do that. But we are also not wanting a word to spread that this MC is keen on capital expenditure for ABC purposes. So we are keen that the project will be executed with a steering committee and subcommittee. And the subcommittee will have people from outside, and we will have a steering committee. Steering committee will have people from previous or whoever is the process expert, project expert, they can volunteer, and we are open. And as a treasurer, I am giving you on transparency, like every month if you want to visit our office and see the books of record, I'm here. I don't want people to talk what is happening to the funds. Let's not get into that, it's not what, and all major contracts, I'll ensure that we communicate on time. Who was the 3 quotations, 4 quotations, on what basis we have decided? And we all know, when we go for a purchase for any of our household thing, we don't go for the cheapest one, correct? We, in our mind, have a Sony television, and we don't go and look which is the cheapest, because Chinese products would be cheapest, but still we go for Sony with the same features, correct? So some of the reasoning could be multiple things, and yesterday I read also 3 quotations to be got. When I was in Ahmedabad in 96, Toyota entered into a just-in-time concept, and Yokohama was the only tire supplier. So the 3 quotations, all those are old economy, okay? Let's do what is needed, let's do what is right, and sustenance is one where the additional MMC collection will help in preventive maintenance. As I mentioned, we are into breakdown maintenance, and we needed to do some preventive maintenance, something on various other brand image, okay? With that, I'll stop my presentation, and I'll ask Shankar to talk about the various quotations maybe.
3 minutes more. Only 4 slides. I'll take only 2 to 3 minutes more. No, because I'll first model put sir. So, total capex funding. So, a lot of questions have come, and all the points suggested by Mr. Ravi and our treasurer KK, I'm not going to repeat. Let me be crystal clear. Even though we have listed a lot of capex items that are going to fall due for replacement over the next 5 years, now in this meeting we are only discussing 2 things. Let me repeat, in this AGM we are only proposing and discussing 2 things. We have proposed 50 rupees per square feet as a one time, or we are proposing only 50 rupees per square feet as a capital contribution, taking an average flat size to be 2,252 square feet. It is 1,10,000 rupees per flat. We have option of quarterly, monthly, or annual lump sum payment available. With that that 50 rupees per square feet will lead us to 3.21 crore. when everybody pay, it will be 3.21 crore. With that 3.21 crore, what are we going to do? First, the 3.21 crore is capital contribution, so no GST. Please understand. So 18% GST we save if we take it as a capital contribution. But if we pay through MMC, we have to pay GST, about 7,500. So first, I want to place on your mind, if we accept and vote for capital contribution, on that money, we don't have to pay 18% GST. Second, what are we proposing to do with 3.1 crore? Krishnakumar already said that this is a very, very, very large project. One MC cannot do, and we don't want to try to do it ourselves. We would like to form a steering committee and a subcommittee. We'll invite vast experts and people, and in their supervision we'll do. First priority is seepage. First priority is seepage. Seepage is the one biggest value diminishing aspect today. If you go and talk to a market, what is the problem in RMT? Why you don't want to buy an RMT? Seepage, seepage, seepage. Rental value, same problem. We do expensive interiors, the seepage spoils it. Because of moisture, the seepage is, the interior gets spoiled, and then termites come. Therefore, we believe that in the interest of the majority of people here, seepage will give us better return for investment. One. So that currently seepage, the previous committee quotation, the current committee quotation, we all of Mr. Ravi and KK has covered. The new latest quotation shows 1.22 crore only for materials and does not include labor. We are proposing not to give project contract. Repeat, we are not suggesting or proposing one big contract. No. We won't take it block by block by block. We want to hire experts, pay them on time and materials. We buy the material, give it to them. We put our own PMC contractor for supervision. Under our supervision, block by block by block, we want to get it done. Currently, the inspection done by our subcommittee members who have done a fabulous job. Fabulous job. They have met every resident and they have given inputs. With that input, we have called the agency to come and see and give what solution. So it's ground up. It's not we decided what to do. It's more than 120 residents have inputted into the report what we shared with you. So there are 9 block representatives, and they have in turn they talked to 10, 12 residents. At least every block I met a lot of them. So that is one thing. So 1.22 crores is the material, and some more labor will be there. That will be an actual time and material. That's one thing. If the general body approves, and if the general body thinks it's the right thing to do, then we will go into lift. Because lift and seepage can be parallel worked on. Someone can replace lift and someone can do the seepage work. There's no major clash in that. So lift, let me replace. This time, getting the last 4 years, every 3 years, there is a Tamil Nadu government approval, the license, lift license. We had really tough time getting that license. Mr. Tangapandian of AIM Elevator, who was a consultant, expressed a lot of inability. We had to do a lot of follow-up. Finally, they came and insisted to us that you have to give an undertaking that you will modernize all the service lift within 9 months. And after discussing the MC, we said we cannot give such an undertaking because it is beyond the power of the MC to replace it or modernize it. So we said we will do everything that is possible in our control to modernize it. We will take steps. So that's the undertaking our committee has given. So therefore, it is our responsibility to tell you it is no more. And they have said you have to take action and come back and report to us. So even though they politely use the word suggestion, it is not a suggestion. It is almost a direction. I'll show you that later. Can someone, Kishore, can you go and open this line? Can you zoom it? Can you zoom it? You can see it?
Go little up. No, go up.
For those,
No.
special.
Make it little.
Let me read this for you. After putting all the defect conditions, then they said special. Last point. The service lifts 7 numbers erected or in for more than 20 service for more than 20 years. Hence, it is suggested to go for modernization of the above and above said lifts and fact reported. Fact reported. And then our consultant, after several rounds of negotiation with the government authorities, he suggested a draft to me asking for 9-month time frame to be complied this. We didn't give, and we said we'll do everything to comply. So this is the, very good question, Mukundan. Thank you so much for asking this. There are total 18 lifts. We have received license for 15 lifts. Condition, all passenger lifts clear, no problem. 7 service lifts we have received conditional approval. 3 lifts we have not even received. The case of the 3 lifts, block 7 service lift, block 7 passenger lift, block 6 service lift. The authorities, till today they have not given license.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? We are still not, even with the conditional approval, they are not giving. We are talking to Mr. Dangapandian to follow up. He is every day visiting and giving us a reply. So therefore, the other 3 lifts situation is even worse. At least for this, they are given conditional approval saying that 20 years ho gaya, isko replace karo. But usko wo bhi nahi de rahe. So now, the choice in front of us, like my esteemed colleague Mr. Jagan suggested, we have consulted PAPL. I spoke to them. PAPL, sir, we want to modernize the current lift, or so therefore the choice in front of us is 2. Can you go to the lift slide? Our presentation. The presentation. So the choice in front of us is 2. To modernize means repair major repairs, or replace it. So show my letter. This is a letter. Can you? This is the undertaking we have to give. மேல தூக்கின்னு போய் ஜூம் பண்ணுங்க சார். மேல தூக்கின்னு போகணும் சார். அப்படிதான். இன்னும் போங்க. இப்போ ஜூம் பண்ணுங்க. Special modernization of all the 7 service lifts. சார் நீங்க உங்க கம்ப்யூட்டர் பண்ணலாமா? உங்களுக்கு ஸ்லைடு தெரியாது, இல்லையே விட்டுருங்க, பரவாயில்ல. ஓகே, விட்டுரு. Okay, leave it. Okay, thank you. Okay. The modernization of all the 7 lifts are under consideration of RMTOA Owners Association. This is what I given. Okay, go back to the presentation. Hey, Mr. Sridharan, can you help? Okay, do you know the slide where we are? Okay, go back to my presentation. So therefore, we got 2 choices. One, we can do major repairs, or we can replace it. So we asked quotation from 2-3 parties. First we asked the current elevator quotation, AIM elevators. They quoted 10.4 lakhs plus GST for modernizing the 7 lifts, 1 lift. Sir, and sir, Sridharan sir, and number 10.4 lakh quotation coming in. The lift is subject to I'm coming to it, sir. First repair. Okay, this is in front of you. First we have to know, can we modernize it? If we modernize it with stainless steel, if we modernize it, it will cost 10.4 lakhs plus GST. If we currently we are having mild steel, irumbu. So irumbu வந்து சீக்கிரம் துருப்பிடிச்சிரும். இப்போ இருக்கிற லிஃப்டோட கண்டிஷன் ரொம்ப கேவலமாக இருக்குது, துருப்பிடிச்சிடும். நம்ம ப்ரீவியஸ் கமிட்டி கூட பேசஞ்சர் லிஃப்ட்டில் ஸ்டீலில் இருந்தது வந்து எஸ்எஸ்ல மாற்றினாங்க. ஸோ திங்கிங் தட் வி வில் கோ ஃபார் எஸ்எஸ், then the cost of refurbishment is 10,40,000 per lift plus 18% GST. Okay, and if it is mild steel, 9.26 lakhs. Keep it, Mr. 10.4 lakhs plus GST if it is stainless steel. If it is 9.26 lakhs if it is MS. Okay, so, Sarji.
This is only the cabin.
என்ன சார் நீங்கள் அதே கனெக்ட் பண்ணுறேன்றா 2 நிமிஷம் தானே முடிச்சிடலாமே. நோ, அவன் வந்து லிஸ்ட்டே கொடுத்துருக்கான், கொட்டேஷன் நான் தரேன். மெக்கானிக்கல் பார்ட்டில் கவர்டு நிறைய எக்ஸ்டென்சிவாக பண்ணுறாங்க சார். எனக்கு தெரியாது சார், நான் வந்து ஒரு சார்ட்டட் அக்கௌண்டன்ட்டு சார். நான் ஒரு சார்ட்டட் அக்கௌண்டன்ட்டு, எனக்கு தெரியாது சார். நீங்கள் சொல்கிறபடி நான் இப்போ கேட்டேன் சார்.
அவங்க ரிப்போர்ட் கொண்டு தான் டேபிள் வச்சுருக்கேன் சார். நீங்கள் வாங்க சார், அட்வைஸ் பண்ணுங்கள் சார், பண்ணலாம் சார். Okay, we asked other vendor. We asked other vendor, and other vendor said, he said, I will only can quote after inspection. He came and inspected all the service lift day for yesterday. He given a report. Please, can someone read for me? He is unable to quote because he does not recommend fixing this. That vendor 10 lakh per lift. Other one vendor is quoting 10 lakh per lift. Other vendor does not even want to quote. இந்த பிஸ்னஸே வேண்டாம், நீங்கள் பூசே வாங்கிக்கோங்க, இல்லாட்டி நான் அந்த பிஸ்னஸுக்கு வரல. பாருங்கள், with reference to a site inspection dated 18/3, we would like to inform you that the status of service lifts are old vintage and all the major components such as lift machine, lift controller, doors and connected items are not technically fit and not safe enough for users. So it is not advisable to do any repair, replacement or reformation work. Okay, sir. ஒருத்தன் வந்து என்ன வெண்டராக இருந்தாலும் நினைக்கிற ஏஜ் அடிச்சு பேப்பரில் அடிச்சு கையில் வச்சுட்டான்ல. ஸோ இது வந்து வெண்டர்னா கூட யூ கான்ட் சிம்பிளி சே சம்திங் விச் இஸ் ஸோ மச் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் ரியாலிட்டி. கரெக்ட். சம்படி கேன் விஷுவேட் இட். யூ கேன் லெட்ஸ் அண்டர்டேக். ஓகே, கோ பேக். ஸோ we as a general body, okay, go back to the replacement. Replacement, sir. Replacement quotation, please. So if you buy what, okay, now we thought in the MC, excuse me, may I have your attention, please? So we in the MC also considered replacement, total replacement, brand new. Brand new, we get quotation for the current guy, current person who is currently maintaining the lift, AIM elevators. He has quoted for stainless steel 16.9 lakh plus GST, and for mild steel 15 lakh 40,000. Repeat, 10.4 lakh stainless steel repairing versus 16.9 lakhs fresh brand new one. Will come with extended warranty, absolutely new, or 9.26 lakh mild steel or 15 lakh 40,000 brand new. So what the committee wants, what general body wants, I will be too happy as your servant to take your orders and execute it. But having signed somebody an undertaking like this, I'm supposed to report the fact. As soon as this EGM is over, I will place my drafted response to the government and get it approved by the MC and submit it in the lift department. Okay, next. Yes, sir. Oh, one more. Next, sir. What the presentation? Presentation. Quotation. One minute.
Sir, in the elevator, ஏதாவது standard தோணி அந்த மாதிரி
அது 35 நிமிஷம் ஆகும். இல்ல, அது ப்ரீவியஸ் கமிட்டி வாங்கினதா இருக்கு. ப்ரீவியஸ் கமிட்டி வாங்கின கோர்ட்ல இருக்கு. இதெல்லாம் கரண்ட் கோர்ட் வாங்கணும்.
we just want to understand the differences between.
See, we have not got any branded item because branded items are much more costlier.
And what is the warranty?
In this, the current one person gives 1 year warranty, and if we can sit and negotiate, we can extend him further. Currently. Okay. Also we can see, if we go and place order for 9 brand new lifts in today's business, people can be.
Better to go for my view, just 1 minute. It is better to go for the new one for the simple reason. Today you spend approximately 10 lakhs per lift.
12 lakhs per annum, sir. 12 lakhs per annum.
Okay. 2 years.
For all lifts.
2 years, 3 years down the line, again we'll be needing lenders to discuss the same issue. Then at that time, the cost escalation for everyone will be higher. So taking into consideration that kind of cost benefit analysis, it is better to go for it now.
I leave it the general body to decide. So let me cover 2 more slides to finish it. On seepage, I told you. Okay, so third party taking the next slide. So he has quoted a 1.22 crore only material. Go next slide. Keep going down. This quotations are available. Previous committee's quotation, very good report. This very detailed one. Next. Coming back to this is I'm coming to the crux of the issue. So we have proposed an MMC increase of 4 rupees. So okay, can you show the slide? What will it do with the MMC increase if you spend that? Next slide. Clear. In the slide coming. Okay, so we are, like I said, please, may I have your attention? Only 2 more slides to go. Sir, only 2 more slides to go. Sir, may I have your attention? If the general body approves 50 rupees per square feet, we will put in our best to replace the service lift, all 9 brand new, Okay, and then we will also do the seepage fixing. That is the capex part of it. Coming to the MMC, if we approve 4 rupees, we will have 96 lakh rupees additional revenue per year. In the 96 lakhs, you know, you already heard the current cost block is 2.41 crores. In the 2.41 crore, lot of essential vendors increases have not been given at all. Second, I can only say within this room, housekeeping staff, our vendor is not paying statutory benefits. ESIPF is not paid as per law of the land. If you employ more than 7 people, we're supposed to pay ESIPF, and we are principal.
Yes, we were collecting all the documents when we were sitting in the committee. Previous months we used to collect before we paid the following month.
Okay.
So if you
3 years.
within the 4 months, it is not done and it's not fair.
Oh.
It is not right.
No, currently I'm saying, currently in the last 3 years, madam, I don't know about that. Thank you so much for pointing it out. Currently, 8,500 we are paying, and that does not include statutory benefits. They are paying for the electrician, plumber, and the other people. But for housekeeping staff, currently they are not. I'm on record. Okay. Second, cost increases are also for 3 years. We are not given essential increase. That alone is going to cost us 27 lakhs. And luckily, we got saved this year. Actually, Madan, your team was very lucky, so lucky that what we used to spend 45 lakhs in water last year, because of maybe the good investment we made in rainwater harvesting, etc., the water purchase in this financial is only 10 lakhs. So 16 lakhs of favorable variance saving in water we enjoyed. So therefore, this year income statement is balanced. If that saving is not there, next year if we, God forbid, if the water level goes down, if you are not able to extract as much water, we will tremendously spend more money.
What we discussed and the monsoon combination we are
Exactly. So, but that's not in our control actually. So therefore, that also we need to factor in. That's what the second line, consumption-based cost, I provided for that. Second, certain essential repairs. Second, we need to do a fire drill or the fire equipment drill and all that. So if we get extra money, if we agree to approve a 4 rupee, then we will get, after cost increases, 32 lakh extra per annum. This 32 lakhs per annum, you would like to spend on fire drill, getting so much other repairs, etc., and use it for funding the capex shortfall. Because remember, the seepage project is not 1.6 total. It is roughly expected to be around 2 crores. But if there is any shortfall, we will use the surplus. Alternatively, I also calculated what is the bare minimum essential this today we recommend. According to me, bare minimum essential is about 3.5 rupees. If we give 3.5 rupees, we will be able to give the raises what we have not given to people, and we'll have to also provide sufficient provision for the water expenses that we may incur this summer, and we can do some little bit of preventive maintenance, not full scale. And I know a lot of you are concerned about GST. At what level, if we pay MMC, there will be no GST impact. That level is 3.25. If we agree on 3.25, no additional GST. All the money you give will go to association. But if you give 3.5, some of us will have to go through GST. Who all will have to go through GST? We did analysis. So currently, when we pay 2.75, only 58 residents are paying GST. Only the bigger flats are paying GST, 2880 kind of flat. So, but if you pay 3.5, then 134 residents will have to pay GST. 134. So, additional about, let's say what, 80, 90 people will come under GST bracket. But today or tomorrow, all of us are going to come under GST. For example, today Lords is paying GST. So, similarly, if we pay to 3.25, then current 58 people will continue to pay and additional people will not pay. But if we pay if we agree on 3.25, then the essential 3.5 rupees, maybe in this general body, we can agree 1st April 2023, an additional increase of 25 paisa. So recommendation 1, please, if RMT need to take it to the rightful place it belongs and to maintain its property value and the brand and image that you all bought into, please support us. We will give you enough transparency. But if you think in your wisdom 4 rupees is too much of a jump, if you want to go not in 1 shot and 2 shot, MC is suggesting go up to 3.5. But 1 minute, sir, 3.5. If 3.5 will attract 70-80 people, additional people to pay GST. If you think 78-80 people additional GST is not worth paying now, then Pay 325 for this year, start paying 350 for next year. 25% increase next year for 1/4/2023. In which case, hopefully the GST exemption regulation may, now there are a lot of court cases and judgments in favor of giving the first 7,500 exemption for GST. That rule may get officially notified, so we can wait for one more year. So with that, I rest my case, and Balaji, hand over to you, and you can circulate the papers.
Thank you, Shankar. One second, uncle. We will have a discussion. We are not ending the meeting. One second, uncle. No, we will. So we are just distributing a sheet, kind of all that breakup that we have discussed in terms of the choices that we have given for the CapEx as well as for the MMC. Kindly go through the sheet and let's vote it accordingly. And any questions we are ready to answer. So we'll have the sheet distributed. Yeah. Yeah, uncle. Uncle, you be there.
See, people have been talking about seepage. Invariably, 80% of the seepage happens inside the flat. That is not connected with your MMC's work. So how are you going to repair it by putting plaster outside on the lobby or somewhere else? If you, in fact, I don't know whether Patnaik is here. Patnaik did work for 3 bathrooms and 1 kitchen and paid 20 lakhs nearly 4 or 5 years back. If you open up 1 bathroom, you will spend about 5 lakhs. That was the old rate. Now you will spend about 7 lakhs. So how many bathrooms are there in this complex? And that is inside the flats. In addition to that, one more. Yeah. In addition to that, when the bathrooms are getting redone, 6 to 9 months you have got to stay out somewhere. The rent for that. So all this put together, your 2 crores it's nothing. Once you touch that, it's going to be at least 4 or 5 crores, and most of them are within the apartment. Will the residents agree somebody to walk through and rip open your bathrooms for 6 months and ask you to stay in some other apartment for 6 to 9 months? So the seepage calculation of this MC is not workable. It is only workable if the seepage is outside on the lobby or... No. If you go into your bathroom, your pipes are embedded in the wall. The bathroom side is, you've got a coating of, most of them have got ceramic tiles, so it will not leak. It will evaporate onto the other side. That is what you see in your bedroom or other than. And that invariably that is. So what you do is you paint and put a coating over that. 3-4 months it is there, but it still has to evaporate. This water comes down because of gravitational pulls and gets landed in the basement below the marble. That is about 1 feet, 1.5 feet. It accumulates for 4 to 5 years. And after 4 to 5 years, that water sinks worse than even your sewage water. And that one comes down to each flat below. Ask Mr. Bose, he knows his tenant's bathroom was leaking and he would not repair it. And Bose was suffering it because he will do some repair and again it will leak. So if you open up each individual's bathroom and repair it, that's the only way you can stop in RMT. RMT must be having nearly about 1,000 or 2,000 bathrooms, and will you ask the residents to stay somewhere else and get it repaired at the cost of 5 lakhs per bathroom? So sure, your calculation of 2 crores for seepage is not workable. It will go at least 4 to 5 crores, and it has to be done inside the flats.
Okay. Papers. Point noted. Point noted. Please keep the paper.
Sir.
Vote when you're ready. That's it. Please keep the paper. Vote when you're ready.
See, if everyone talks, no one can listen. And don't lose temper.
Sir,
Correct, correct. No, no. Correct. Paper. We understand. Paper. We understand, ma'am. We distributed the paper. Not to collect. Okay. And see, we have talked about what is. See, we talked about what is needed, and we will hear. It's not that we are not going to hear. We'll come one by one.
Sir, sorry, sir, this is my uncle. Sir, the bathroom repairs is mandatory, I understand. I have had to stop the seepage in my bathroom. I've had to take up the repairs of the bathrooms upstairs. And he had to do further up. So you need to do 2-3 sets together, which I have done. In spite of that, I still have seepage in my bedrooms. That is the seepage from outside wall, which is not my thing. I have done waterproofing 3 times. Whatever proofing I do, it peels off the wall because the water is seeping from outside, which I am not able to do anything about. What is inside the bathrooms, I take care of. This is exactly where I need the association to take up the repairs of the outside wall. It will keep on increasing because the water seepage into the bathroom waste subfloor is much more larger than your seepage outside, and that that continues 24 hours because the GI pipes in the wall is continuously leaking. Yeah, both are leaking, and if you don't do that, what's the use of doing outside?
Hello. Just one question, please. Balaji, one question, please. One question,
Sir,
please. Listen. No. This is important. I waited for 11 years.
But sir, you're going to talk. Give me a minute. Nothing else. I'm just trying to organize it. Where only you are going to.
Because this is the same topic which I want to discuss.
Please, you have to. No problem. See, the only thing is, having put all these together, appreciate that you waited for this question and answer to happen. We want it a bit more organized. That's all. You asked the sheet to be given back. Well appreciated. Now you have points to discuss. Let us discuss one at a time. Once Ramesh finished, then we'll have a hand raised and we'll have points to discuss. So let that mic be reserved for the second half of the rows and let this mic be for the first half. We are all going to listen, madam. Nobody is shooting anybody down. Please wait. Okay. Go ahead.
I just want to interrupt this because this is the most important topic that he brought this. So what is the mechanism? So we are talking about the seepage outside. So that's a different topic. But what about the seepage inside my house? Right? I had a leak in my house. I had a major fire disaster, which I've sent a photograph to everybody in this, and I've written a complaint, but nothing has been done till then. It's more than 10 years now. 10 years now. I have the photos with me. I can share. And that is big. Yeah, I have to use it. What do you think? I can run out of? No, I can't. But yes, no, not all the 3. But the one, sometimes back, 3 years back, the resident living behind on the downstairs came and said there is a leak, and I did the entire repair at my cost. I was a responsible citizen. But my house is leaking, and this committee is doing nothing for 10 years. I want to paint the house after 10 years. I came to this one in 2009. I still can't paint my house. So what is the solution? What is the mechanism? Where should I go? I go talk to Anbu. Every time he said, sir, I'll talk to the owner, sir. He's not here in town, sir. What sort of an answer is this? Can anyone answer this, please? I said I will take the repair work. I want only permission for a neighbor to give me permission to go and repair in that house. Because unless he repairs it, there's no point in me painting the house. I want answer in this committee, please.
That's what we are precisely trying to address through the. Sir, you put your point. Please wait for an answer. No? Yeah, please wait for an answer.
Narasi here. Actually, let us give big round of applause to all the committee members. They are really done the due diligence, each and every point. I have to compliment them. Three things really we are very need of the hour for us. 20 years lift. I think it's not just going and do the makeup on the 20 years lift, which is already outlived. It's time for us to go for a replacement, not just doing the repair and again reassemble here another 5 years. Yes, we are inside the lift whenever it goes and people are there inside. Statutories will come and question you such a way that again that time there is no money involved. It is more on the life. So it's very important for us. Lift has to go, and that also branded, not just go for substandard just for the cost purpose. It should be branded, brand new, 20 years outlived. Thank God nothing happened here so far. It's a time for us to go for it. Replacement. There is no go. I think that's we have to go. We have to respect the way how we have done. That is number one. Number two, the priority is seepage. Why it is arising? It's because of steel pipe. It's not a PVC pipe. It's all steel pipe. We have to go for complete steel pipe free RMT. That's what we need. Whichever balance left out, time for us to completely remove, and we have to go for that. That only causing the problem. All the seepage, whether it is block 1 to block 7, all things are happening. That is the number 2. Number 3, again, just we are talking about savings, energy savings. All can we also look at like solar energy? A lot of other things are there. Our rooftop is already there. Can we also look at how we are going to look at those things? Today, when you go for a replacement, let us not define the number whether it is 40 rupees, 50 rupees or anything. Let us do the due diligence thoroughly with the technical committee. Then we will come back to you. This is what we need, whether it is 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 50 rupees. Let us not define the number now at this point in time. In principle approval, you just go ahead. Then we will do the due diligence for all the 7 lifts. Then we will take it. This is the 9 lifts, whatever. That's the thing, sir. Then the steel pipe, I think wherever. The third one is very important is infrastructure. The fire safety is very, very important for us, which is not really, because when US and UK and all places, safety is very important. At this point in time, we are not giving focus on the fire safety. If any fire incident happens, we are absolutely in the out of control mode. That's also we have to take a very clear view. So according to me, infrastructure upgrade is only we have to give much focus. Yes, again and again we are talking this, but we are not giving infrastructure upgrades and other focus. We are going on all cosmetics, aesthetics. I think let us keep that for the next 2 years. Bring the infrastructure upgrade at this point in time. And we are ready to work. Since I have been in the material handling for more than 3 decades, we know what will happen, the preventive maintenance, breakdown maintenance, what we are talking, absolutely is a need of the hour for us. We are outlived. Thank God no incident happened. We are not answerable to any outside agencies. But once small incident happened, we all, especially the MCs, you are given your neck to them. Anytime it will be chopped. That's what I really wanted. And you are done 3.25, 3.5, 4, lot of due diligence you are done. I think it's only we have to see that hybrid model for the lift replacement, how much cost. We will come back to you. For this 3.25 or 3.5 or 4, let them decide. That I don't have any say because everyone's their own mind and they want to do that.
Now I need some new hands, sir. Konjam wait panunga. We'll have few more people to talk. Yeah, Mukundan, you can take.
What if they do outside? The MC will do outside, we agree.
Let us see. This is not. This is. So, no, 1 minute. We have to remove the root cause of the issue. We are only working on the effect. You are not working on the root cause. No. That's what I'm saying. Let us not go and do the repair on the effect side of it. Go for a root cause. Why there is a root cause? The root cause is because of the steel pipe. Whether it is inside or outside, everywhere. No, we have to do the proper due diligence. No. Let us. No. That see MC, how MC will be able to come and help in inside your house? That they can't. Anyway, I think that you take it.
Whatever I have learned, I'm an accountant, I'm not an engineer. What I learned after working with the people is, there are two components. The pipe. Mic volume, is it good? Yeah, there are two aspects. One is the pipes which are leading to our houses. Again, it is coming in PVC. And the PVC and the GI pipe will not join perfectly. As a result, there are leakages outside the flat. One. So wherever outside, once we fix it, suppose if there is a leakage in my flat, there are many flats which are refurbished. Like when I bought a flat, all 3 bathrooms, I ensured that I wanted to modernize, and I realized that the heater pipe alone was in steel, which was corroded. As a result, I changed it to UPVC. And 7th and 8th, Vijay Murli, and below, above Madan. So all of them have replaced. So 9, 8, 7, 6, all are now done. So I don't have to bother about leakage, because once it is fixed outside, if everyone takes care of that particular wing, I think the problem is taken care. But having said that, as Shankar mentioned, this is not going to be like replacing the pipes and fixing it, and then next day everything is done. We have to go step by step, look at time and material, look at where exactly the seepage is coming. Once outside is fixed, if your bathroom is leaking, then we will come and say your bathroom is leaking, and then you change it. And it is not 5 lakhs for replacing the tiles. I can get a best contract to do it at a cheaper rate. Okay? And there are flats, I know, in the city, when they face the similar situation, they have brought the UPVC up to the bathroom and said, if you want to have a concealed, you break and get it done. Otherwise, you have the pipe outside, but GI pipe water will not come. Okay? That means they have ensured, if you cannot spend 60,000, 50,000 per bathroom to replace the water pipe, then you have the pipe outside. Don't wait for a concealed wiring, etc. This is, some flats have done it. We are not suggesting all those. All that we are suggesting is, let's start. Let's start fixing what is in our control. And if all the bathrooms are fixed in a particular line, then you don't have a seepage. Because the seepage is one thing which you can see from where it is coming, and they have a meter, they can fix it, or a small insertion, and they can find out how much is the seepage. There are technologies which have come up very well. We can address it, okay? And you are an expert on that. So all that I'm saying is, yes, this is well thought through, but option is go step by step. Yes, sir.
I have only 2 points.
You don't need a mic.
I have only to tell you one thing, that there is all the initiatives are appreciated, but only thing is that you have too much on your plate to do at a time. That is the only point that we want to put. So it has to be phased out. So probably we have to come out with a phased program to say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and that is how it has to be done, because it's too much on your plate to digest, and you don't have so much time in front of you to dispose of everything at one go. So that is one. And secondly, on the voting front, what I have is, there's too much for us to digest even on a Sunday afternoon with 2 hours of a discussion. We can't do this because the fact it is not supported by enough facts. Just give me a minute, let me finish. So I would suggest that you provide all the minutes, get it circulated, put it to voting in the electronic form. Let every owner of this building get an opportunity to vote, so that you will also have a clean slate to move forward and get this executed. That's my point. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one. Okay, she's got the same point. So, other one.
So my first question is the seepage problem that you were mentioning. Okay, saying that this is the cost that is incurred. does it really incur all the seepages across the complex, or does it incur the only ones that is outside of the apartment? Only outside of the apartment. Okay, fine, fine. So the second question that I have, okay, it's that you're going to have, unless the inside of it is not addressed, the complete cost will not be addressed, right? Correct? Unless inside is not addressed, you will not have the complete seepage problem to be addressed. Do you all agree? Agree. So the planning to address seepage, the planning that you have to do to address seepage is that you need to definitely have a plan that covers the inside of the apartment, at the same time outside which you have already done a homework. Okay, so with that estimate, like what Matthew sir was telling, that at least 80% of it is because of the inside seepage, because right now we have done and addressed it in our apartment. So the inside of it has to be done. So if you want to look at a systemic approach to correct seepage, the right approach will be that you have an overall plan for the people in the apartment to address what is to be corrected first inside. That will be going in parallel to the outside plan. And with that, we will be knowing what exactly is the amount that has to be shelled out. So the impact analysis that you have to do is that you definitely have to have what is to be done on totality. Otherwise, we still will be doing this, we still will be having seepages, we still will be continuing to have the same problem. So as earlier the person had said, the cost has to be addressed. And we are only working on what is there right now at the top level. So my point here is, unless you do not have a complete systemic plan about the entire thing, about what has to be done inside and outside, this kind of an estimate will be still be incomplete, is my point number one. Second point is in relation to that, now looks like, as somebody had addressed, is because of the pipe change. Right, the leakage is happening, or the seepage is happening because of these, these steel pipes, and that has to be converted to GI pipes. That is one of the points. That means it will be calling for all the people to be looking at their own apartments and having to do that, right? Is that right? Yeah, that has to be done. Yes, that has to be done, right? Only then we will be having that, because the steel is getting rusted, the water is low. Every morning we get a message in the group saying that, the water is not coming. Why is it happening? I am going through this because we were not having water. We were not having water in 7G, and because of that, we saw that it has to be changed. The maintenance people saw that, and they saw that this has to be done inside. So that is the reason we have done it inside. Now, in this quorum, when we see that there is definitely a need for all of them to be doing inside, okay? So that means there will be some repair work to be done. And because of that repair work, definitely that impact has to be checked out. So my point here is that unless you don't have a complete plan on this, I don't think we are arriving on a right kind of an estimate, or a right kind of a proposal, or right kind of a plan in place. Okay, so my suggestion to this MC, first of all, nice that I see a lot of colorful pictures, and it's really nice. If you prioritize that and do it, it will be great. But before seepage, unless we don't have a complete checkpoint of it, I don't think it will be a worthwhile thing to address the complete problem. So you need to understand, if you want to address the complete problem, you will have to do this complete study and then come back. Yeah.
Thank you, Vijay. Just hold for a minute here, 1 second. So 2 points here. One, we'll have Vijay to also talk before Soumya talks. 1 minute. See, the whole idea that is taken here is, everything is a collaboration of the independent house that we all are, plus the common thing. Okay. Whenever we go for any renovation or any kind of a reconstruction or painting or anything, we give a note to the committee, we go ahead and do whatever we have to do from the inside, which no other house has a right to come and comment on that. What the MC can propose to do is, these are certain things that can be arrested from outside, plus the cooperation of that independent house, because all of us are not in independent houses, we are all in an apartment. As much as I do something for my house, that is only up to 50%. The balance 50% is what is done on the common area. And the MC has rights and rulings only up to the common area. be it the lift or be it the seepage or the pipes or whatever is in the common area, that can be addressed by that committee. Our committee is going to be here for another 1.5 years. In this 1.5 years, there is a suggestion that whatever has to be done in the common area, if we are there in the chair, we would like to take these two proposals, be it the lifts or in addressing the GI pipes as well as the seepages. So as much as there is a partnership of where there is a common element involved which will be addressed by the committee, for which there is a proposal. So whatever proposal that is being discussed is the funds required for the common area. Common area is plugged, but if I don't want to do it to my own house, it is like we putting mud on our own house, as well as that. So as much as we are proposing it, and to Mr. Ramesh's reply, wherever you need a cooperation, this committee will help you to ensure the 7th floor is also plugged. We will help you on that, if that's not been done in the past. So the whole idea is, kindly see it not in terms of how much homework has done, how much groundwork has done. All this is not just done in 3 months' time. Whatever that has been taken, 70% from the previous committees, adding on to whatever study we were able to do, what we decided in the month of December, with just 2 months of coming into the committee, we decided anything good that can happen, we need money, point number 1. And for the money that we have, that's when that will enable us to do it. And that money can come out of 2 sources, be it a one-time capital investment and other as an MMC investment. If there is a capital investment done, these 2 areas can be plugged, and the next 18 months there is some activity for the responsibility that is taken, we will execute. If it is not approved, we will just be another lame duck for another 18 months, keep on plastering what needs to be plastered and go ahead and do whatever that is doable in our capability. So this is just a humble submission to you all. Vijay.
Thank you, MC, for taking this up. I know from past experience, taking up even the smallest project, requires a lot of, groundwork, conveying it to the residents, getting the approval and actually seeing through it, the execution is, one of the toughest part. And it's really great that you guys are stepping up to the plate and, taking this forward. Quickly on the lifts, I think pretty much most of the lifts, they'll say the life is, 10 to 12 years. And the service lifts are way past their lifetime, and even the passenger lift, we did update them, but pretty soon we are going to, face the thing of replacing that as well. So just kicking the can down the road is not going to help us. Think of this as another, insurance payment that you make, because you're putting your life in the lift every time you use it. Even for the folks who are in the ground floor, I'm sure you're visiting folks in the higher floors. So just think of it that way. Is your life worth, 50 rupees per square foot or more? That's what you need to, think. On the seepage, so this seepage was even taken up in the MC I was in. So we ended up replacing all the upgoing pipes, from the tanks. When the motor pumps them up, they all have to go to the OSTs. So all those were replaced with UPVC. So it's all done. The downward pipes, a lot of the downs are done to some extent. But if you go to the terrace, you'll get the shock of your life. And I'm talking about 7 years back. You'll see big chunks of the pipes falling off, and it'll be like mud. GI pipes turning into mud. So all those gray brownish water that you're seeing is coming from those pipes. They've gone past any kind of repairs or anything. So just please think about it. It's the water you're drinking. The amount of particulate matter in that water, whether you put AquaGuard, RO, whatever you do in your home, that's the water you're drinking. So it's I don't know how much lead that they use in those GI pipes, what other metals are in that pipe. It's all you're drinking that on a daily basis. And the thing is about metals is they accumulate in your body and lead to all kinds of future health issues that you won't even figure out. This is what happened 10 years back and I got this. So keep that in mind. And again, RMU was touched upon briefly. But the thing is, if you would have heard a major explosion in Janes 2 months back, and that's because they are using the type of transformers we are using, which is the bus bar controlled. which is like, really archaic technology, which gives you no protection. It's like you're sitting, we are drawing an enormous amount of power. Like, those are all like 1000 kVA transformers. And you're like, normally what happens is in a regular society, you have a lot of single family homes. So the power is getting distributed over a large area. So even if there is a big problem, it's not like, it doesn't, get conducted that quickly. But here we are in a small area with a huge, power distribution equipment sitting right behind you, and just to, ignore it is kind of like, I don't know, it's like, again, it's a huge safety thing. And when it happened in Jains, lot of residents lost their appliances. They had to just throw them out. There's nothing you could do. So think about all that. It's not like, I mean, I've seen a lot of people spend like, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs on interior design. This is like, your life that your life and your kids and like, your tenants' life, you're putting in, harm's way, not doing this. So I'm sure I've talked to the committee. There are ways to reduce the cost of the RMU. You just need to, talk to the right person in the government hierarchy, and they'll get it done for you, at a much cheaper price. So I really implore the committee to, look at that as well. Regarding the seepage, quickly, I think there are a lot of, I do hear like, even I have the problem where somebody above me hasn't, done the real waterproofing. It's not just from the pipes, even from the bathroom floor. If it is not sealed properly, you'll start getting water seeping downstairs. So that bathroom sealing is very cheap. I spend like 2,000 rupees every 4 years, and I seal all the floors, and my neighbor below doesn't have any issues. But the pipes in the wall, that's a totally different thing, and it is, everybody has to spend some money. And the thing is, this has been talked with every committee, and we keep moving forward without any solution. But one thing I was thinking is, why don't we start getting an undertaking from the apartment owners that their pipes are leaking and they are responsible for the damages below. Some way, we have to put some cost on it, so that, because it's not my problem, because it's going downstairs. So nobody is willing to spend. Let's put a cost on the owner of that apartment and say that if your downstairs apartment is getting messed up, you have to pay for it. So let's do something like that. And I think, yeah, thanks everybody for listening.
Vijay, thanks. So everybody is almost due for lunch. I'm going to make it really quick. A couple of things. We need, whatever you guys are doing, we need it, number one. Personally, for me, I'm okay to give the capex, the one-time capex. I'm okay with 3.5 right now. I'm not okay for 4 right now. Number 3, seepage, all above when I had the seepage personal problem to addressing your concern, we had to do it. We formed a C flats group. We sorted it amongst ourselves. But thanks to the MC, thank you to Mr. Madan and the group, we could not have gotten resolved, because between us residents, each of us was like, it's not our problem, let me finish. But MC intervened, and then we all sorted it out. So we are all okay now. But the terrace is a mess. The pipes are a mess. It has to be changed ASAP. It has to be changed ASAP. We can't do it. The MC has to do it. MCs, again, just us. They are here today. Tomorrow it will be you. So it is going to be passed on. So whatever needs to be done, needs to be done. An important point I wanted to bring across is Securo and security. Securo, I don't know, a lot of us here, as per our discussions, we feel that we are paying quite a bit for the housekeeping staff. Maybe we need to look at other vendors right now. Maybe we need to look at the security. The guys in the front are doing a great job. The guys inside the complex, not so. Maybe we don't need as many people. Maybe we need better CCTV cameras, right? So we need to bring down the cost there. We need to bring down the cost of Securo maybe. The plumbers, electricians are great. The housekeeping, maybe we need to be more productive about that. That's something we need to look at. Anything else you wanted to add?
So this is with respect to the increase in MMC. So, no, I'm just continuing with this. We'll finish this point. So with respect to the increase in MMC, So what we would like to see is accountability and responsibility of RMT staff, the estate manager, the plumbers, electricians. We would not want to follow up 10 times, call them every day 10 times, 20 times and no responsibility, and everything cannot be, dealt with calling back the MC or something like that. So while you are increasing the MMC, these services should also be improved.
My question to the chair, have you factored that 1 lakh whatever we one time will be paying, all the depreciation and the GST benefit has been factored there? Okay. Thank you.
If we vote for MMC increase, currently we are getting 12 lakh rupees GST money collected. That is more or less getting recovered back from the GST. If we vote for increase in MMC and more people come into GST, that will bring more GST. And when you pay for this kind of capex, of course you will get adjustment.
That means even though I am paying 25 rupees, I will be enjoying the benefit of a 35 rupees almost.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
If we agree, MMC increase. Overall cost of the lift will come down to that extent of
But currently how much GST we pay?
currently we are paying
Not too much.
currently
In the
flats are paying zero. So
There are two GST I am referring to. One is the residents paying GST on account of their payment. The second is what you are purchasing, like you are paying it to Securo, offset, that ITC, input credit ICT. Okay. So this is how much will be benefiting that like on a.
if we vote for, can I have a mic please?
No, it won't go. Sanjeev, you need to share the
One minute. Okay, if we, the current 58 people paying GST and MMC is now currently getting offset by the input credit already available. There is no more GST money left to cover. Some little bit only left. If we vote for MMC increase to 350 or whatever number, that will bring in more people under GST. Therefore, we will collect more GST, and that will give to that extent. We could use the capex money, whatever seepage pipes we are buying. That's why we want to buy time and material. So all the material we buy directly, we'll get the GST paid, and the lift, the GST we can do as offset.
Okay. In a nutshell, we are not paying anything. Outflow is not that much. Wonderful. My second.
That is why this proposal is structured in such a way, the real impact on the GST on us is lot less than what it appeared to be.
Okay.
Is there a possibility of an AGM coming in the reverse charge we can't use? Reverse charge mechanism we can't use?
Reverse GST will not be chargeable if it is a reimbursement basis. If
There is a possibility of reverse charge mechanism. We can talk to the auditors. There is a possibility of a reverse charge mechanism. AGM possible. You can try to explain.
no, Krishna Kumar is working with our auditor on GST.
That's why I mentioned that GST is a long subject. The moment we get it, it will take a lot of our airtime. Once we decide for a GST separately, I will send a note. What are all the various options? Because that's the reason I purposely touched upon GST, but also made it clear that let's not get into a debate because
my question was both on GST as well as depreciation. Because whatever because you'll be buying a lift.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now the second question, this is my last question. If I look at the lift of the fourth block alone, okay, where I'm using, the present state of the lift, service lift, is due to the misuse. Then it is old. Of course, it is 20 years old. So I would suggest that you budget the maintaining cost. Okay. Further maintenance, that's like, after buying a new lift, like, branded or unbranded or refurbishing and all that, you need to add the maintenance cost. Otherwise, 5 years after, again, we'll call for AGM for these things. Okay. So if you want to protect yourself from the compliance, from the government things and all that, immediately, maybe 2 quick things you can do. Have a lift man, come maintenance guy, like, which probably, like, can save us from a lot of accidents, what, many people have talked about. The second thing is that wherever it is not required, some lot of members have said, that, you address to the block which is having a problem very acutely. Don't go up to the things that, like, where it is not immediately so required, because all are not in the same conditions and all that.
Thank you. There's 1 second about the seepage issue. See, there are 3 good suggestions came up today. See, you are talking about we are going to change the pipes outside. Mr. Matthews raised a very good point. Unless there is a leakage inside is sorted out, it's not going to help. I'm putting my money, the bad money there. So, number 1 is if the committee takes an undertaking, like the other person says, that if there is a leakage, that is bound to repair it at his own cost, number 1. Number 2 is if the committee is spending so much of money changing the pipes outside, they can come from top to bottom. So they can go to the 9th floor guy and see before they change this one, inspect, the committee can inspect the inside of the bathroom, and if there is a leak, and he is bound to repair it before you do anything on the outside.
Okay, sir, we heard you, twice we heard you.
Yeah,
okay, and 3 times I, wait.
Given the answer, unfortunately.
Thank you.
In addition to that,
One second. Seepage, as I mentioned, there are 2 aspects. One is only when you fix outside, we'll know what is inside, and then many of the houses have replaced the GI to the UPVC. So let's not get into the same subject again and again. Mugundan wants to talk. You finish and then give it to him.
Sir, I have 2 huge patches in my apartment, in block 6. I have 2 huge patches in my apartment. I spent nearly 2 lakhs till now to repair the seepage. It's not done. The guy comes again, he charges 50,000, he does it again it leaks. The problem would be a simple problem like 2,000 or 4,000, what he said. But I'm not allowed. I'm not encouraged. I've been to the office so many times. I spent 2 lakhs and still I had a huge patch like 1 meter diameter, and it's not solved. The only solution, I have to apply the code, move in, after 6 months it comes again. It's a temporary solution. I've been to the officer so many times. I have asked, let me at my own expense repair the upper flat. I'm not even allowed, I'm not encouraged, I'm not given anything.
Okay. See, legally,
your point is absolutely valid. We are in the same league in 6th block. In 6th block, from the upper level, there's right up to the all A levels, there is seepage downstairs. I would also be too happy to pay for the upper flat and go and fix it myself. Absolutely, thank you so much for bringing it up.
I have asked the officer, just kindly go and talk to them. It might be a simple problem also.
Exactly. We will work together at a block level.
Sir, it's been 6 months, sir, but nothing has been done.
No, we want a solution.
So if you want to do any development, I'm up for that.
He's giving you a solution. You want a solution or keep talking?
So I will work with you. Let's come out with a solution. It's also in our interest. Myself, Ravichandran, we're all having the same problem. Same problem.
Sir, it's been 6 months, not
Hello.
addressed.
He's giving you a solution. You want a solution or keep talking the problem?
Sir, 6 months, it's not addressed. Now, addressing it in front of all these people, nothing will be done after that.
Okay, we will do one thing. See, as per the Apartment Act, owners, the Act says that neighbors have got more rights. Okay. In case we are not able to do, we will take a legal opinion. You can go legal on neighbors. But our office have got very limited thing. No, Madan. See, if everyone talks about.
The thing is that we, as a MC, have to bring people together and make them understand, get the things done.
Okay.
It's not the place to show our
No.
See, we have been there in the MC. Okay. Let us give the confidence to the people that it will be addressed. We will, handle you with empathy and understand the problem. That is good enough.
No.
That is good enough.
I think
Absolutely.
That's what Shankar has done here.
That's it. He has talked about legal and just.
No, Madan. What I was trying to say, what are the options available?
Let's move on.
Shankar has.
Balaji, see, all we need is the assurance that we are giving.
That's what he has
Let us
given.
not take the diversion into something else.
He asked the question and he's given an answer. We will move on is what I'm saying.
Let everybody talk.
No, the options only I talked. Okay.
I have a very simple question. I have not got any timeline on. Is it? Yeah. We've not got any timeline. You've said you're raising the money. Will it take 6 months? Will it take a year? Will it take a year and a half? Will it take 2 years? What is the process? Will people need to move out of their apartments? Will people not need to move out of their apartments? Will there be how many months or days or weeks will water be blocked in certain sections when the pipes are being changed? Is there any clarity on this?
You have said full payment, quarterly, monthly. Monthly is 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. 12 months.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I just wanted to add, one point.
Regarding the timelines, currently, whatever discussions we had with people, technical people who are giving us suggested solutions, there will be no displacement involved. People will not have to move out of the apartments. This particular problem in 6th block A wing is informally, we know where it's coming from. We are trying to collectively, like Mr. Madan suggested, the previous secretary, Mr. Madan suggested, we're trying to talk to that person who's having access to that particular place to persuade him to fix it. Okay, we will facilitate that. And on the large scale seepage and other fixing issues, we are not expecting any displacement, and we will try to absolutely minimize the water supply by installing temporary lines and then replacing. Okay, so no concern on living. And okay, some inconvenience will be there. It's like metro being construction. That's all. Does it answer your question?
It does, but see, last time when there was an incident that water was blocked off for almost 6 months.
No, not like that. Not like that. No, I understand completely. So, see, we all live there, right? Okay, so please, barring pre-announced limited period shutdown, we will not have a problem.
The timeline on the lift replacement, if we agree on the replacement, how long will that be?
If we vote for the brand new list replacement, it could be much faster. If wait a minute, let me say, if I considered people in the know, okay, and if we vote for the brand new lift, it will be much faster. Let's say, okay, somebody suggested 3-4 months. 3-4 months. All people paying up for, because if we vote too big if all of us vote for replacement, and then we pay up also because we need funds. If these two things happen, 3 to 4 months we can complete all 9 blocks, all 9 service lifts.
So I will be without a lift, the service lift for...
No. We will take it block by block. Service, your passenger lift will work.
Right, the passenger lift will work. But my passenger lift,
Correct.
how long will it not work?
It will take 2 to 3 weeks. It will take to install.
2 to 3 weeks, it will be...
Meaning you have 2 lifts now, passenger lift will work,
Yeah.
and the service lift will not work for 2-3 weeks. We will take it block by block and do it.
Okay, so this is for full replacement.
Yes, sir, brand new. But if you do repair, it will take much longer. Because we need to take it out, fix it, and then put it back.
Okay, so one other question on the seepage that you were talking about. So I am Swati, by the way, Block 17C, and I've had this from the last 10-15 years. I moved in, 15 years back. Now, I recently painted, then again there is, the seepage has happened. So one question or suggestion is, will you all be able to bring in like a set of experts or plumbers that all of us can use if needed, and you will help with the costing and the timeline?
Great question. See, what we are currently discussing with the people who are bringing, they got waterproofing experts, and they are specialist seepage fixing people. So we told them if some work needs to be done inside the house, let us help the resident by asking that person to fix the outside and the inside in a coordinated fashion, and the person will discuss with the owner. We'll facilitate a standard rate card. Bathroom grouting so much, pipe changing 10 feet so much. Like you can do some sort of a standardized rates so that you are not okay. So that, like Matthew sir said, 1 minute. Like Matthew sir said, and like Vijay madam pointed out, Vijay madam, you brought it out so beautifully. If we need to fix the root cause, we can't just simply change the outside pipe and give the built association get away. We need to see first ABCD changing, then still see where is the leakage happening. Then it's an iteration. So yes, what we are having in mind, we will talk to the vendor, develop a reasonably standard rate card, also allowing a resident to use their services in one shot, fix the problem.
Okay, one other question going back to the gym. Now let's assume that the items based on what the general body agrees. What steps will you be taking, the MC, that is, to make sure that the lift stays this way, meaning, the housekeeping staff, they kind of block it, or renovation happens and the lift is used. These are the reasons why the lift quality deteriorates. So do you have plans in place to
So
make
what we
sure?
are currently doing, currently none of the lift CCTV cameras are working. Because we are currently going to wire the cameras and we are now in the process of putting the correct refixing cameras with the wireless cameras. And also we are relocating the central monitoring system into a separate room. We are putting people to find out these kind of violations. Instead of using manpower to fix, we are trying to find technology to fix. So if you see repeated violation, we want to call the housekeeping people and train them. One of the reasons what we have in mind is, Sajeev Patnaik sir also said, we need to train the housekeeping staff. Yesterday Mr. Ramadas also mentioned to me, more than replacing the lift, we need to train the people to use the lift correctly. That's what we also say, that it's a 360-degree plan and not just a replacement plan. Trust us. That's why this time we are taking all these proposals ahead in our term, so that we know what precisely we need to deliver and achieve. We will do it over the next 18 months till this research term. And we guarantee you, if this proposal is voted correctly the way we have presented it, and possibly in the next 2 years we may not have to come back to you for anything else, and we will hopefully be able to collaborate with the previous committee and the resident experts, and if necessary outside experts, to deliver top quality stuff.
Okay, so this, if MMC is increased, you're talking about from April.
Yeah, 1st April 2022.
And the other two items when?
One time, if you approve it one time.
Right away.
No, immediate, 1st April, you have an option, you can pay in one lump sum and get a 6% discount, or you can pay quarterly or monthly, or 12 monthly installments. No, 1 minute. I'm not talking about 6-month time differential. Meaning, the person who's paying upfront, you will get 100. The person who's paying quarterly will pay slightly more to adjust for the 6-month time differential. Once a monthly, you will slightly pay more. Okay, general body, please vote it. Thank you.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is Sriram from Block 57A. First is, I am fully supportive of the MC for both changing the lift and to do the work on changing the pipes. Because I think these are long overdue items. There is a safety issue, and I think that is something we have to address on priority. So I support that. Only couple of points. One is on the lift. I think we can get multiple quotes, even from bigger vendors like Johnson. You can get quote from Omega, Mabara, the second tier ones. And I think you can get a very good comparative cost and then implement that on the lift side. So these are all, good vendors, both tier 1, tier 2. We don't need to go to Otis and other people, but you can go to the tier 1, tier 2 people. And when it comes to the, pipes, changing to UPVC, I think that has to be done. Now, whether that will solve the issue of seepage, I think the audience, everyone has talked, it probably will not solve that completely. And so I fully agree, but I think that's a good start because of the issue of the rust in the pipes. I mean, that's a health issue which we have to address. And as someone said, you go to the terrace, you can see what bad shape the pipes are. And now coming back to the individual, again, there was a very good suggestion. I think if we can have the experts available for the owners to get an opinion, because I think the issues are many. I don't think it's only toilets, but I know that, for example, the walls the builder has done is curved, and many of the homes, huge POP was put to straighten. The POP absorbs water, and that's causing, your kind of swelling of the walls, irrespective of if there's any leakage from outside or from toilets or whatever. So I think having an expert available to tenants with a rate card, I think that's a great idea. So I think it is two independent activities. I think we have to do the external pipes and whatever fixing. Internally, if you can facilitate, MC can facilitate this expert with a rate card, I think then, owners can take their own decision. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Can we put to vote? It's almost 1 o'clock now. Or you still have questions?
Yeah, just a minute. I've been waiting for my chance very, very patiently right now. I did not jump the queue. I did not scream. No, I think people can hear me. Okay. Okay. So, first of all, I would like to thank the MC for actually giving us a very, very comprehensive report. I don't really think that beyond this, because everything speaks for itself, I don't really think we need to keep on debating whether this is right or that is not wrong. See, seepage is a catch-22 situation. Unless you start in your house and parallelly the MC takes up, we cannot do much. And also the neighbors have to cooperate. So let's join hands and do it together. It's not like it's your problem, my problem, it's our problem. Please think of it as our problem. The MC has come forward with solutions. Please, let's avail of this, because I don't know how much time we have to even take this up.
See, we request the other residents to at least stay back.
And
because we don't want to start seeing people moving out.
yeah, and one more thing which I want to say is we have come here to vote. Let's not prolong this and say we will do it some other day, some other time. You know, just keep procrastinating the whole thing, because this is the time. I'm aware, people are aware. We have been given enough mails, enough messages, everything. We have come here to ask for it. And I think this Sunday we had consciously made time for this. That's what I would say. I am a very busy person. People around RMT know me. So I would suggest that let's not prolong. Whatever it is, they have given you so many options. I don't think any other MC would have given you so many options as in, can you raise it 25 paise, 50 paise, 1 rupee? I mean, they are just trying to fix the problem. Please understand their good intentions here. That's all I would like to say. And two top more things which are there in the list, I think they are very valid. And one more thing which I would ask the MC to take up is the RMU. It's the white elephant that is sitting there. Please, please do something about it. Collectively, past, present, future, whatever it is, whoever was involved in this, please, please take an action. We are actually sitting on a ticking time bomb.
Sure, thank you. One second, Vijay, one second. The debate that we are doing here is in terms of the, value of increase or the execution and all that. If we can put to vote, which is basically a question whether there has to be an MMC increase or there has to be a capex increase, that is what we want to have a show of hands. If we can do that and still continue to have few questions in the direction of implementation, because 70% of all the questions are towards how are you guys going to implement, how it is going to be possible, how we are going to do that, for which we are here to answer. Since we are starting to see people moving out who waited for about 1.5 hours, about 7 to 8 have already left. We don't want people to leave more unless we start voting it. So my request is, if we can, we will discuss, sir. We are going to discuss
I'll just
here.
finish that, then we can take it up.
Oh, good.
Okay, so first point is with respect to the subcommittee. Okay, so as you had mentioned in one of the slides that you will be having an additional subcommittee to take this plan to be successful. At the end of the day, we are really looking at this whole project being successful. So I would request you to even right now look at having a subcommittee to be formed, which can actually vet all this and have this to be done. So can that also be taken up?
Subcommittee
No, I'm saying you,
there.
no, that is block level subcommittee. Wait, I have to move. So block level, bot level, so that is there, but I'm saying for these projects that you're talking about. That is first, okay? Second point, my humble request is that please be approachable, okay? Please be accommodative.
Thank you, Vijay. We have heard you a lot here. Okay. Come on, let's now have the voting up. See, we are starting people to move out.
Right.
And this is not the point why we did the meeting itself.
Before voting, 1 second, 10 seconds. Like the name of the resident is optional.
Yeah.
Why it is optional? It should be compulsory. We should know who is voting for what.
That's okay. We are only maintaining a secrecy here. That's all.
No.
It's part of the bylaw. We can't force people to put names.
Who is voting for what?
Sir, we cannot force people to put names.
See, you have very clearly mentioned about the transparency, and most of us before voting it want to know that, and you are very clear that you want inclusive. Why don't you ask that question and make them more confident?
Question on what?
Nothing. No, you have said now for lifts we are going to form a steering committee. Let us form it straight away.
And we will do that. Yeah. We need to get. See, that's a long run process. But
it's not a big process, Balaji. It's not a big process. See, they have agreed. You two people are there. Put 3-4 people onto confidence. That's it, na?
Okay. Who all want to be part of the ongoing process? Exactly, that's why I'm saying we don't need to put it straight. No, Madan, koncha relax. Madan, we will announce it and make the committee.
See, before forming the subcommittee, we will make announcement.
No, you have talked enough, Vijay. Come on. You have spoken enough.
You have spoken 3 times, sir.
Enough you have spoken. No, you have spoken.
You have spoken 3 times. We'll give the mic.
No, everybody have their time share, madam. I think you should respect others' time also. So can we put it to vote? So we'll have a vote of by show of hands. Yeah, KK, can you propose the motion?
So KK, can I have the attention, please? Now it's a show of hands because as per bylaw, the voting has to be by show of hands. So can I have everyone proposing that we are in for these two, service lift modernization as well as for seepage?
We'll do both.
No.
I mean, both in the sense one after the other.
One after the other, I will take it
Okay,
as an answer.
proposal on the service lifts.
So both are proposed.
Proposal on the service lift, okay. Okay, we have 3 against and the rest for. And proposal for the GI pipe seepage to be done. Beautiful, it has 100%. Thank you one and all. It needs a good round of applause, please. Because all of us have agreed to something. It's not just 11 of us. No, we'll collect the sheet. Please give the sheet because that has the MMC.
The
amount
options
which you
are
are
available.
proposing.
So wherever the papers are filled, you can give it.
Sheet collect.
Don't go. Wait.
Please wait. No, just wait for 10 minutes.
Just wait. We'll collect the papers.
Collect the sheets, please.
So, see, there are two proposals. The first one we are clear on seepage and service lift modernization, and the second one is the MMC increase. Attention, please. No, that was included.
Thank you. Big wow, and thank you so much all the residents for taking this time out. Hello, please have a seat. Please have a seat. Please have a seat.
No, sir, that is written. Jacobson, sir.
Sir, please have a seat and show of hands for MMC increase support.
Fine, thank you. That's also done.
Okay, MMC increase, please. Thank you.
You please tick the sheet and give it. Tick the sheet and give it.
Guys, see, we are here to conclude something, okay? Let us conclude. My only worry is that if everybody says no or 3.25, then the things will not kickstart. That's the reason I said, let us be clear on this and do the voting. Please. If we are not clear and if you say no for everything and leave also, doesn't make sense for all of us. No. Most of the people are doing this. I am telling you the facts. See.
Please, yeah, but I'm saying, everybody is saying no. I'm telling you.
You are going to do the talking, enough. We are doing something here. Suddenly you will get to be like,
No, I'm not doing that. No, yaar, everybody is saying no, yaar. Comment.
Ultimately, we collect the form. We are only collecting the form. Collect the form. Opportunity.
Okay, for MMC increase, 3.25 show of hands. Wait. Okay, 3.5. 3.5. Okay. Yeah, so we have got show of hands 3.25. 3.25 comes with the caveat that from 1/4/23 it will be 3.5. So both are considered as proposed and approved. See, we have collected the papers. Excuse me, can I have the attention? All of you have given your voting. It's available in the paper. we will show you what is the majority, and in the paper we have mentioned about how we are going to operate. So the voting for MMC increase is already available in the paper, and show of hands also we have agreed. And the modalities and subcommittee, because not every owner has attended and we don't know the process expert. I know the gentleman from Block 5 talked about lift and with the OTAs and Kone. Those are all 40 lakhs, 30 lakhs like that. See, we use Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi is very costly. And then the branded ones come. And then the third one is the people who buy from the companies like Kone, OTAs, and then they assemble like Kannan, etc. We are only talking about those lifts. But if you want to go for Kone or Otis or Johnson, it will be 30 lakhs per lift also. No. Yeah, so it is only the quotation, it's not the finalization. Subcommittee will come back with a detailed study.
I want to buy a flat for 2 crores. I go to an advocate to take a legal opinion, paying 1%. I pay that 1% to a consultant, get a proper opinion, find out what needs to be done. Replacement, which needs to be replacement.
We have already paid 3 lakhs to a consultant, sir. Okay? So PAPL, they have taken consulting charges, they have recommended. And the previous committee also have done. Okay? Thank you very much. And thanks Anbu and the team which made it possible. Thanks the residents for participating. It's an excellent outcome. We wanted this outcome and we got this outcome. Thank you very much. Thank you, MC members.
Thank you.
There should be some other model. It's better. Everyone go together.